I returned to Quaramonte and found that George had left a message with Conchita. He'd already left for the Indian village, so I hurried to catch up with him. When I arrived, I found a scene of desolation. These sunglasses are George's. George, where are you? Titipoco, I'm almost glad to see you. You little asshole! What happened here? Are you responsible for this? And where's George? Have you seen him? He was pointing to the remains of a burned-out hut. It was Titipoco. I still hadn't forgiven him for knocking me out with his poisoned dart. That barrel would have looked great on my patio, filled with shrubs. There was nothing in the barrel. They were George's shades. One thing I was sure of, those underpants weren't George's. Maybe George can make use of these. They were lovely underpants, really. These are George's shades, right? Has he been here?
George!
Where is he now? What's that? It looks like the stone we bought from Paris, but it's different. Yes, it has a carving of an eagle. That clinches it. George must have found this stone in the Caribbean and managed to hide the stone when the village was attacked by Carzak's men. I hope to God that George was all right. Where's George? George has been here, right? He was pointing to the smoldering remains of a hut. It was a smashed lantern, probably the cause of this destruction. I didn't need the lantern since it was still daylight. Besides, it was broken. The barrel was too heavy to move. It was a very hot and blackened stone. It was too hot to pick up. There was nothing I wanted to ask him. He wouldn't have wanted it. The water could have cooled the stone if I could figure out a way of getting it into the barrel. There was nothing in the barrel. I just didn't have the strength to tip that barrel. Hey, Shorty, make yourself useful and help me with this barrel. Thanks. I recognize that. It's the coyote stone. I had the coyote and jaguar stones. Titipoca had the eagle. According to the shaman, that's all we needed to deal with Tezcatlipoca. Pity he hadn't any ideas for dealing with Karlzak. What is it? Where are you pointing? We arrived to find George being led up the stairs. We clearly didn't have much time. It was an old electricity generator. It was a length of strong rope. The engine looked like it was supposed to power the lift. How did you hook up with a maniac like Karzak in the first place?
Karzak? Whoop whoop loco!
Yes, he scares me too. Would you like some chocolate, Titi Poco? It's good vintage.
Bleh.
You're smarter than you look. No way did I want to get into conversation with that pack of vermin. It looked like Karzak was using Quaramontean troops and local Indians as his guards. There was an unlit torch by the base of the steps.
Hey, señorita!
Too late. I had been seen. Bonjour, Capitaine.
Only Sergeant, pretty one. What are you doing here?
Auntie, I mean La Presidenta.
La Presidenta is your aunt?
Mais oui! Anyway, Auntie said I could watch what Cousin Raoul was doing.
But you're not Quaramontian.
No, I was raised in France. It's a long story. May I go up the pyramid?
We have strict instructions not to let anybody pass.
Oh, but I've told you who I am. Surely nobody would mind.
Well,
Oh, please, I'd be ever so grateful.
I tell you what. I'll ask Pablo if it's okay for you to go up.
If Pablo saw me, I'd be dead. No, it's not worth the bother. I'm not really that interested in their stupid pyramid anyway.
Well, okay. It's men's work up there anyway.
I'll just run along and play around here, okay?
Okay, you do that.
It looked like Karzak was using Quaramontean troops and I didn't want to push my luck by talking with the guards again. The scaffold gantry went all the way up the pyramid. The scaffold gantry There was nothing I wanted to. It was a simple wooden platform lift, used for shifting equipment, I presumed. The button didn't seem to do anything. The button didn't seem to do anything. The engine looked like it was supposed to power the lift. It was a small but very enticing button. There was a lever mounted on the side of the motor. The scaffold gantry went. It was a small, screw-fit cylindrical housing. It was an old It was a small, screw-fit cylindrical housing. He wouldn't have wanted it. The cap was attached to the lift engine by a chain. The cap was attached. Tezcatlipoca, I have an important job for you. Take this rope to the top of this scaffolding and throw it over the top.
Rope.
The button didn't seem to do anything. The engine looked like it was an. It looked like a fuel line. The motor spluttered into life. Tezcatlipoca. When I tell you, I want you to copy what I am doing.
Copy.
Okay? Copy.
George.
I realized those bastards were going to sacrifice George to Tezcatlipoca. Over my dead body. Thankfully, George was the only one to notice me.
Where are they? The eclipse is about to happen.
Patience. Your mother will be here soon and Karzak will be close behind. Just keep the Yankee covered and leave the worrying to others.
Yeah, Raoul.
The maniacs were going to sacrifice George!
Shut up, Stobbart. Just shut up!
Calm down. He's no threat.
Hey, Raoul, why don't you do us both a favor and shoot Pablo?
You're very funny, Stobbart. I haven't forgotten Marseilles. When Karzak cuts your heart out, I'll be the one laughing.
I'll bet I'm not the only one due for the chop around here either. Hey, Raoul?
I'm warning you.
Raoul was a bundle of raw nerves. I hoped George wouldn't push him too far. Karzak's goons had left an ammunition belt lying around. There were a few sealed crates and drums. None of them looked like they might be useful. I wasn't going to risk being caught walking back down the stairs. There were a few sealed crates and... It was Pablo, Karzak's right-hand sadist. General Raoul Gratiento. I didn't fancy Raoul's chances once Karzak didn't need him anymore. It was a round of ammunition. That isn't it at all. If Pablo had seen me, he'd have killed me. It was as simple as that. It was a stone table. Given the history of the place, I wondered how many poor wretches had lost their lives and hearts upon it. The fuel from the severed line had formed a pool. Tezcatlipoca, do you still have that lighter gun you pulled on me so amusingly?
What's going on over there? Do you need help, my pretty?
Nothing's wrong. I dropped, a cigarette butt. Everything is under control. I'll have the fire out in a minute or two.
What's that? What's happening?
Trouble.
Give it up. The pyramid's surrounded.
I'll find out what the trouble is. Watch Stobbart doesn't pull any tricks. If he does, shoot him in the head, not through the heart.
Why does it matter? He'll be dead either way.
His heart belongs to Tezcatlipoca.
That's not true. We just had dinner a couple of times.
Non. There was a pair of pots from which columns of smoke arose. The crates and drums were sealed, and I had no way of getting into them. Drop the gun or I shoot!
Please, don't hurt me!
Don't worry yourself, my finger isn't loaded.
Nico, what are you doing here?
Firstly, I'm going to set George free, and then screw up Karzak's scheme.
No, I can't let you do that. Karzak has promised me power!
Raoul, wake up. The only thing Karzak has on offer is death. You may want to ask Oublier. Except you can't. Karzak murdered him.
You're lying. Ubier's in Europe.
Sure he's in Europe. In London, on a mortuary slab with 2 bullet holes in him.
But Karzak promised. When he frees Tezcatlipoca, we'll all be granted great power.
Listen to her, Raoul. Karzak's insane.
I don't know. I need to think.
You've let your mother do your thinking for you up to now. You need to think for yourself. Your mother and Karzak think alike. There's only one expendable member of the plan left, and that's you.
Mother would never betray me.
Oh, I'm tired of trying to reason with you, Raoul. Tezcatlipoca. Watch this man, and if he makes a move, shoot him with your gun. Hold still, George. I don't want to sacrifice you by accident.
no idea how glad I am to see you.
They were going to cut your heart out. I think I can guess. We can save the happy reunions for later. We've got to move. Come on!
We're safe.
This is a dead end.
We're toast. I know, Tezcatlipoca. I'm not too happy here either.
He knows this is Tezcatlipoca's pyramid, the house of the enemy.
Well, we can't stay here like rats in a trap.
And we can't go out the way we came in. It would be suicide. I'll have a look round. Maybe there's another way out. In the meantime... Take this. It's the Coyote Stone. It might bring you luck, I hope.
You managed to recover the stones from the village? Then we might have a chance after all. Incidentally, what would Tezcatlipoca have done if Graciento had moved?
Tezcatlipoca? Nothing. He's given up violence. Georges?
Yeah?
There was nothing I wanted to talk to Georges about just then. It was Georges. Just... Oof! The lever was very difficult to move and appeared to do nothing anyway. Heave! Still no good. This was a time for action, not talk. This was... Georges?
Yeah?
Georges, I can only pull one lever at a time, and I think we need to pull both together.
Okay, I'm up for that.
Raoul, there's something suspicious. This sacrifice! Where is it?
Nico was here with Tezcatlipoca. They set him free. I couldn't stop them.
You idiot! I should have strangled you at birth. Tezcatlipoca's gone soft. He wouldn't have hurt you.
I know that.
The darkness of the sun is almost upon us, and we have no sacrifice to appease Tezcatlipoca. Have you any idea what your incompetence will cost us?
I think so. And I'm glad.
What?
The Mayans weren't fools. Tezcatlipoca should stay exactly where they put him.
Finally got some backbone from somewhere, huh? Shame it's so late in the day.
I'd rather die than see you and Karzak with that devil's power.
Fine, we're still a sacrifice short. See, the eclipse begins. Pablo, kill him! Tezcatlipoca can feed upon his yellow heart.
Nico was right all along, but it's still not too late. Come on then, Pablo. Let's see who sacrifices who.